Artists of Southeast Michigan, CASM for short, are a collective of musicians that come together each summer to perform 3 concerts in collaboration with the Downriver Council for the Arts. Classical chamber music is something that the Downriver area doesn't get as frequently as I would like, and as a native, that's really important to me. We have also started a scholarship program specifically for Downriver area high school students in instrumental music to help them with the unique costs that they accrue, and looking to the future are hoping to add an educational component down the road with lessons or a competition of some sort.
Thank you, everybody. So welcome to our last concert of the summer season here at the Downriver Council for the Arts. Thank you again, DCA, for hosting us. My name is Brandon. I run the Chamber Artists of Southeast Michigan series, and this is my duo partner, Rachel Miller. Together we call ourselves currently the Dynamic Duo. That is until Batman comes for us and takes it away. We have a really lovely program planned for you today. It's going to be a little dark and a little cool, which I think is, although it's nice today, so it doesn't really, we don't need colder weather, but just a little bit cooler and calmer. This first piece that we're playing by Persichetti is a serenade.
Hi, my name is Brandon LePage. I am a Downriver native, and I am the founder and artistic director of the Chamber Artists of Southeast Michigan, which we lovingly call CASM for short. We are a collective of musicians, and our goal is to bring the highest caliber chamber music possible, classical chamber music, into communities that might not have affordable or direct access to these art forms. Classical music can be very expensive to produce, and our goal is to make sure that cost is not a barrier to people who want to consume this wonderful art form. The concert that we did today was flute and harp music, absolutely special collaboration I have with my dear friend Rachel Miller. Together we call ourselves the Dynamic Duo, and we perform all over the country together, so being able to bring that to my hometown is an absolute treat for me, and I am so grateful to the Downriver Council for the Arts for not only being our home, but being our fabulous collaborators in this musical endeavor. Music education is, I think, one of the most important things to any culture. One of the most unique things about music is the skill set involved is not singular. So it is more than putting something on a paper, it's more than speaking out loud, it is all of the different variations of the arts put together. And the end game of that, of course, is this audible experience that can take you into an emotional realm, not necessarily readily available in your everyday life. We feel strongly that the problem-solving skills and the critical thinking skills that are gained from a music education are why some of the brightest and best that have ever lived also happen to be wonderful musicians. I think that one of the most important things to any society is not just a sense of culture, but a sense of variation in culture. I think that if you live an entire life consuming only one type of thing, that you're missing out on the broader spectrum of what this world has to offer. So even simply coming to one of my concerts to expose yourself to a kind of music that you've never been to before will allow your mind to open just a little bit to see that spectrum that we live in. I also don't want education to be at all a barrier to our concerts, so we make sure that there's speaking at every concert that we have. When we're able to, we also have program notes, and if you're on our mailing list, something I started this year is sending out recordings of some of the pieces ahead of time so people can be aware of what's going to be coming at them from the stage. We do everything from Baroque music involving composers like Bach to the classical period like Mozart, into the Romantic period, Debussy, Tchaikovsky. These are big names that you might hear. But on the concert we did today, there was also a world premiere. So we're engaged not only in music of the past, but in music of the present and of the future. And being a part of that by being an audience member is extremely important to us as well.
Okay.
CASM does not only exist as a performance collective, we also, a few years back, started a scholarship program, and we are looking at finally getting that back on its feet this coming season. So in January of 2025, we're going to start offering our scholarship again. The one real requirement is that you're a high school student and you're involved in public school instrumental music. We're an instrumental collective, so we focus on the instrumental side of things. But as long as you are in a public school music program or a publicly funded music program doing instrumental music, Downriver, one of the Downriver communities, you are eligible for our scholarship. And this year we're looking forward to bringing two $250 scholarships to the Downriver area to help students pay for band camp, instrument repair, private lessons, any other need that they have as a musician.
The next piece we're going to play for you is a piece that I actually had the joy of exploring with Rachel on one of my dissertation programs. If anyone didn't know, because I don't know why everyone necessarily would, I just finished my doctorate at the University of Michigan. When people do things like doctorates of musical arts, you know, it's very different from getting a medical PhD or even a musicology PhD, where the goal might be to write a paper on research that you've done. My degree was much more performance-based, of course, and what frequently happens is, in order to get through the degree, a lot of DMA students will play more standard repertoire, and then they don't necessarily have something to take with them beyond the recitals that they did. They have whatever research they did, but maybe not any music. I wanted to do a little bit of the opposite, so about 75% of my recitals were premieres. This is not one of the premieres, but this is one of the pieces we explored on the recital that influenced a premiere that you're going to hear in a little bit. Lowell Lieberman is an American composer. He was very good friends with my professor at University of Michigan, Amy Porter. They went to school together at the Juilliard School. He has written a ton of flute music. Flutists love his music. And this piece was written for a flutist named Joan Sparks and her duo partner, Ann Sullivan. They own a flute company in Delaware called Flute Pro Shop, and they have been instrumental in commissioning a lot of the flute harp repertoire that exists today. So we're very excited to play this piece. What I think you're going to notice the most about Lieberman's music is how adjacent to John Williams it's very movie music. It's dark, it's about a 15-minute piece, so it's long. There's a fast section and a slow section, but I think it's very cinematic in the way that it goes. So I'm interested, if you want to talk after, about where your imaginations might take you as this piece is unfolding.
I just can't remember. I saw the harp when I was 3 years old and was really moved by how big and beautiful it is to look at and listen to. I started lessons at the age of 8, and I studied with a teacher named Susan Knapp Thomas in New England. My family moved to Michigan when I was in high school. I started studying with the former principal of the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. Her name is Patty Mesri Fletcher. I studied with her in my undergraduate at Michigan State University. And then I moved to Cincinnati for my graduate degrees, where I studied with the principal of the Cincinnati Symphony. Her name is Gillian Bennett Sella. If you're looking to pursue music education or perhaps even a career in music, I would highly recommend exploring the different instruments by listening live or on recordings, getting to know what you enjoy, what genres of music you enjoy, what instruments you enjoy, and then finding a professional who plays that instrument and learning from them by way of private lessons. They're usually the best people to guide you towards opportunities in music.
And thank you to our page turner. Thank you. Now, our page turner is no one insignificant because he's actually the composer of the next piece that we're doing. Peter. I had the privilege to teach Peter for about 3 semesters while I was doing my degree at the University of Michigan. And in the first year that we were together, I said, I've got this big recital coming up. Why don't you write something? I expected a 5-minute, little pretty piece of music. And instead, we got this 20-minute masterpiece that I think is absolutely brilliantly written. It's called Help me, Peter. He waits for him. He waits for you. I don't have the title at the top of the page, I just realized. He waits for you.
Well, so the first thing that happened was Brandon came to me and asked me to write a piece for him, and he gave me pretty much total creative free reign, which as a composer is really exciting. And I had just by coincidence finished reading a book called The Song of Achilles, and it was one of the greatest books I've ever read. And at first, writing music based on that book was kind of just a way of processing what I'd read, and then it became clear very quickly that text and this project would actually mesh really well together. And so then me writing this piece, that's how it happened. Seeing your music performed in front of you is always kind of a magical experience. There's always a little bit of nerves, but it's really nice because you've put so much work into this thing, and now you can just sit on the back burner and enjoy it. You've put something out into the world, and now you can let go and relax and really see the fruits of your labor, which is really nice.